It's been many years since I used any method other than flint and steel to start a campfire. Other primitive methods have merit, but in my opinion, starting fire with friction is hard. One of my favorite rifles is a flintlock, and one day while I was hunting, I wondered how would I start a fire if I was disabled in one hand. One thing led to another, and I decided to start a fire using just my rifle. Here's how I did it.
The first thing we need to do with any firearm is to make sure it's unloaded. With a flintlock, the first thing we're going to do is open the lock. There's no powder in there and no priming, so that means it's not going to fire from this end. Then we're going to check the barrel. We do this by using the ramrod. Now what we're going to do is take this end that has the metal and we're going to put it down the barrel. What we're listening for is that metal on metal sound. Then we're going to check the length of the ramrod. Right here you see you have about a finger's width in there. We'll pull it out and look, and then check with the breech. You can see that there's no room for a charge in there.
Here's how a flintlock works. Priming powder is poured in the pan. The hammer with the piece of flint is pulled to the full cocked position. When the trigger is squeezed then, the flint goes forward, striking the frizzen, creating a shower of sparks. This is what it looks like. The hammer is fully cocked. The set trigger in the rear is pulled until it clicks. The front trigger then becomes a hair trigger. When the trigger is squeezed, it starts the ignition process.
So here's how we're going to use this flintlock to light this piece of char cloth. Now we're assuming you already have a tinder nest made, and then all you need is to have the ignition. So what we're going to do we're going to just use it like that. We just put a piece of char cloth in there, and here we go. See the spark right there. Now this will be an easy matter to blow this into a fire with our tinder bundle. And this would save you having to get your flint and steel kit out if maybe it's a rainy day or something, or you're just kind of lazy, or your rifle's already dirty since you've fired it and you might as well use it again. So there you have it.
Obviously, this technique isn't going to work unless you have some sort of a flintlock handy. But it's an example of using your survival mindset. Think about things before you need them, and then if you ever do need them, you might have some sort of a plan. This is survivalcommonsense.com. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.